hang in there. Let's see what happens. Remember, safety first. Use them jack stands. Guys, it's later on. I got the U-bolts out. Got the blocks out. There's the parts right there. Got the axle down on the separated there. Got it down on the floor jacks, or the jack stands. But there's an issue. Oh, there's always an issue. Should be so easy. Why isn't it easy? So all I should have to do now is unbolt that bolt there, and unbolt that back here by the shackle. Where are we at? Right here? Yeah. Slip this out and slip the new one in, right? Right. That's not gonna happen. So this is the driver's side. Let me show you the issue. Oh, this is just killing me. Sure, I can loosen the bolt. I can loosen the nut, take the nut off. But how about taking the bolt out? The bolt goes that way. Fuel tank's in the way. The head of the bolt's right back here. I got enough room to stick my finger in there. I got 3/4 of a tank of fuel in here, so it's like, damn it. That means I'd have to lower the whole fuel tank down, out of the way. So far, that's the way I see it. The alternative is to cut the bolt. I'd have to get my sawzall in here, cut the head off, and pop the bolt out that way, and then find a new bolt. Damn it. Maybe I should have had Atlas install these springs, because they do install them there, but I can do it myself, right? So if you go over to this side, I got a similar situation. Yeah. See, on this side, it's a little better. So I got the nut off already, but I got to hammer the bolt through, and the muffler's in the way. Here I got maybe 3 fingers, but that's not going to be enough. Yeah, so I'm going to take some bolt measurements and see if I can find something. I don't want to take the muffler off. Might move over a little. So I can just put the bolt in the other way if I can get a bolt. Let's go shopping and see what I can find, because this is going to be a major issue. Yeah, take this with me. Alright guys, so this is a whole lot of fun, you know. The closest store by my house is the Ace Hardware, and their nuts and bolts are outrageously priced. Outrageous. Ace Hardware, I went and got some 5/8 by 4.5 inch grade A bolts, nuts, and washers, right? All I need is 2, so I cut those old ones out and put these in the opposite direction. $23 for 2 nuts, bolts, and washers. Outrageous. They must be made of gold. There's gold in them noodles. So anyway, I got one out. The one on the driver's side against the gas tank, the fuel tank. Here's what the springs look like compared to the factory springs. Okay. Now if you notice, if you line these bolts up, okay, and you line these up, these are shorter. How come? Well, that's because this has more arch to it, okay? That's all. when the arch flattens out, they get longer, right? Right. So that's going to be a little issue mounting these back up, because these bushings are so damn tight. These bushings do not flex at all. If you notice, they got like these serrations in the inner sleeves, and those just bite down to where they bolt on into on the frame there, and do not move. And that's why you don't torque these down until you got the truck back on the ground again with weight on the springs, and then you tighten them down. I don't know why they, all the trucks are like this. The Tacoma was like this, the Bronco, my Super Duty, all I got these bushings that, you got to torque these down like 110 pounds and something like that. And then they don't move. Let me see if I can show you the shackle on here. The shackle does not move because the bushings are all so tight. See, yeah, it don't flex at all. It's the way they're designed. I don't know why they're designed like that. You know, you get the aftermarket polyurethane bushings. They got Zerk fittings in them so you can grease them and everything, and they flex real nice. Everything here is in a bind. It kind of sucks. I think I'm going to loosen the top nut now so they'll flex, and then I'll have to retighten everything when I get them on. Let's see how easy that's going to be. I'm going to set them in place because I got to go to the other side, which means I got to cut that bolt off. Where's it at? Yeah. See, I got to cut the head off the bolt to get the bolt out. Then I'll put the new bolts in the opposite direction, and hopefully they clear the fuel tank. See, because they're going to go in right there, so it's going to go like, so this is just, see, I don't like doing how to do videos because they take so long, and I'll never get this done if I do that. But this is just some highlights of issues I have putting this stuff back in. See, this is going to go like that. Ooh, man, that's close. I might have to take this and grind a little bit off, maybe like a 1/4 inch or so. Or maybe I can put another washer on this side. I think I got some washers laying around here, and I'll stack a few washers on there. Save me some work. And some Loctite. Alright guys, it's a little after 3 o'clock. This took a little longer than anticipated, only because I had an issue with them bolts in the gas tank and the fuel tank. Yeah, I was ready to put it back together, and I thought, you know what, let's just see if we can cut the bolt first. So I cut the bolt, ran a new bolt in the opposite direction, and I think it's going to work. So I got new U-bolts. Those are from Dorman. You can order these specifically depending on what you need here. So I got the 9/16 by 2 5/8 spread and 8 1/8 inch long. And they could have been probably an inch shorter, but hey, it's close. Pretty gold. I got the new bolt in over there, see, just like that. Clears the muffler. Put some Loctite on there and torque those to 150 pounds. The U-bolts came with new bolts. They didn't come with washers, but I had washers left over from the old ones, so use those. Now they didn't come with a torque spec either, so I went off the torque spec of the Bronco, which is 100 pounds or 115 pounds. So I went 100 and I still couldn't get them to torque, and I don't want to strip them, so I got them tight. I have to retorque them after a while. On the other hand, they could be okay, just like that. These up here I torqued to 100 pounds, and I just went off the specs on my Bronco. Because that's what it's got right here, see? Rear springs, F250, two-wheel, 350, and Bronco. 150 to 210 pounds, outrageous. I went 150. That's on the front spring to front hanger, yeah. And the rear, spring to rear, 75 to 115, so I went 100.
And no Lindsey Buckingham.
U-bolts, Bronco F-150, 250, 75 to 115, I went 100, and I still couldn't get them to torque. I don't want to strip them, so they were snug. There's a certain point where it feels like, hey, instead of getting tighter, they're getting looser. That's when I stop. Something's not right there, but I'll probably have to do some kind of search and see what the actual torque is on these, because it does not, like I said, there's no manual for this truck yet, no repair manual. So there's the front spring. Now this is the one that's critical here because it's so close to the fuel tank. Got a small gap in there. I think that'll be okay. This shouldn't go anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. It's full right now, so it's probably as fat as it's gonna get. I hope. I stacked a washer, extra washer on this side. I probably could have stacked another extra washer, but I think that'll be all right. And so that's that on the rear. Now to move on to the front. I don't know how far I'm going to get, because yeah, it's already 3 o'clock. Put the wheels on still. We'll go from there. Alright guys, it's almost 5 o'clock, and at this point I'm just taking my time because I was pretty burned out on just doing the rear springs. I mean, it's a simple job, bolt and unbolt, but you know, there's always something. Just takes up your time. You gotta run to the store. And anyway, this is going a lot easier. I've done this a few times already on this truck, so I'm getting better at it, you know. I got the front struts out already. So this is the Rancho RS 5000X strut, and it comes with this rough country lift kit. It comes with these extenders right here. See, this extends these strut. See, from right here down to there, from here to there. Very heavy duty, well made. I mean, look at that, 1/4 inch plate, a lot of bolts. And, you know, this is solid right here, but you need to steady the shock, so it's got this support along the body where it clamps together. This is a really sturdy piece here compared to some of the other lift kits I've seen. They're much simpler. Okay, so nothing wrong with this. Too bad they didn't last. I don't see any oil leaking on them, but you know, they're done. So this is coming out, and I'm going to replace it with the Fox. It looks a little shorter overall. Maybe a 1/2 inch. That's nothing. It's adjustable anyway, right here with this adjuster. I think. If you tighten it up. Anyway, this is what it is. Now these are marked left and right, so I assume where I come from, left is the driver's side and right is the passenger side. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of people out there who baffled, or what is this thing here? This thing just holds extra oil, and in this case with a gas pressure shock, there's a There's gas in here, nitrogen charge. I believe it's nitrogen. Oil and a floating piston in here. So you got like a cushion of nitrogen gas, and then you got oil. And the gas keeps the oil under pressure to keep, it's an aeration problem where you get bubbles in the oil, and then the oil doesn't work the way it's supposed to when it has bubbles in it, okay? Cavitation and all that kind of stuff. And you know what they found out a long time ago, back in the mid-70s, early 80s, was that a single shock would get awfully hot and burn out. I mean, according to some of the old racers I used to talk to back in the early 80s, mid-70s, that's why they ran multiple shocks in the front. Now, I used to follow the guys from Class 8, which were the full-size pickup truck, full-size two-wheel drives. They would run up to 4 shocks up in the front, on each side. I mean, because all they had in them days was stuff off the shelf. You go buy a shock off the shelf, you put 1, put 2, hey, you put 4, 4 do the work of 1 and won't get as hot because it's bigger, it spreads the load out amongst the 4 instead of the 1. You got more oil and all that stuff. Well, similar idea here, you know, this is like another shock right here. Larger volume of oil, it's gonna stay cooler. A bigger body on the shock's gonna hold more oil, stay cooler, run cooler. Yeah, these guys in the mid-70s, I say, would run like 8 shocks total in the front and 6 in the rear. You know, go buy some shocks at the automotive shop, at the auto parts, and that's it. That's what we're running. So you see, things have gone a long way. A lot of this technology right here comes from motorcycles. You know, Fox. Which way does this go? Get it? Yeah. Okay. So now I gotta muscle this thing in. First, I gotta figure out which way it goes. I better read the instructions before I put it in and have to take it back out again, right? So that's what's going on. Unplug that. Yeah, I know the lighting isn't the best here. It's well, maybe it is. I don't know. It's overcast. It's windy. Crazy windy. Earlier, the sun broke through and it was terrible hot. Then it clouded up again. Now it's windy and yeah, quite annoying, I think. But there they go. Very easy install. Everything went in according to plan. Comes with a bracket up here and a couple of hose clamps to hold that in there. This is a little close here, but I think I'll be okay. I may have to do something there. The brake line bracket is kind of up against the hose, but that's a heavy-duty hose. I don't think there's going to be an issue, but I can always do something about that. I mean, this is not moving. Okay, all this here is moving up and down, but this isn't moving. So that's so far, I'm kind of impressed now. I mean, that's matches the truck and everything. Kind of sexy if you ask me. Wow. So let me put the wheel on and we'll jump to the other side. Got to tighten up the adjustment cams, dang it. Hey guys, it's 6 o'clock and I'm trying to knock this second side out. But I wanted to it takes time to actually do this and make some kind of video that makes sense, because I got to stop because I noticed something on this side. It wasn't like this on the other side, but this side noticeably has a problem. And I had the same issue after a Death Valley trip with the Old Man Emu struts, the Nitro Charger Sports. on my Tacoma. On those, I noticed oil leaking out because the dust had collected, and you can see where it ran down. But I looked further and I noticed, hey, how come the upper control arm is hitting the spring? See that? And what happened on that one Old Man Emu Nitro Charger Sport was the internal stop on the strut. There's a stop in there, okay, to keep it from overextending, broke. And so it overextended like it is right now. It broke the seal, all the gas came out and the oil, and that was the end of that. I got a video on that where I actually cut the strut open, and you can see the shaft, because the shaft had a nick on it where the stop was welded and actually broke loose. This one I don't see anything. Not now anyway, but shit, I sure would like to cut this open and see what it looks like inside. Because these shocks are made by Tenneco, or these struts are made by Tenneco, and so are the Old Man Emu Nitro Charger Sports. Yeah, you know, Tenneco makes a lot of, they're into everything automotive just about, so. But anyway, just for your information, you know, that's an obvious issue right there. My bump stops held up well. This one rattles around a bit, and I don't know why. Guess I could disassemble it and check it out. But right now, hey, I gotta get this strut on. It's already 6 o'clock. I don't want to be here in the dark. Or it might even rain from what it looks like.